Om Shanti, and a very good morning to all. Today we are going to read the Murli dated 16th January 1985. The title of the Murli is The Attainment of the Inheritance and the Blessings from God in the Age of Fortune. So it's a 2-day Murli, and we'll continue also with the same Murli tomorrow as well. So in today's Murli, Baba is reminding us about our elevated fortune that we have received from him. He has asked and rather emphasized to only remember two things, Bhagwan or Bhagya. He also reminds us about this fortunate Sangam Yuga, that it is only this time that you can take as much as you want from Baba's treasure store. So let's read the Murli together. Today, the Father, the seed of the world tree, is looking at his children who are the foundation of the tree, the foundation from whom the whole tree grows. He is looking at the special souls who are embodiments of the essence and who bring about growth. That is, he is looking at the souls who are images of support for the tree. These children he is looking at are the embodiments of a sense, but they also bring about growth. Sar Swarup or Vistar Karne ka. He says, Baba is looking at the special souls who have imbibed all the powers they have received directly from the seed. Out of all the souls of the world, only a few souls have received this special path. There are so few souls who have received the path of elevated attainment through their relationship with the seed. See, it is through this relationship that we have with Baba, we have received all these attainments. Because in the world, they only praise the Lord, they only praise the Almighty, they call Him. But since we have a relation with Him, we say that we have this right, we have a right over Him, right? Adhikar hai. And that is why we have received all the attainments from Him. Baba says, today Bab Dada was looking at the fortune of such elevated, fortunate children. Your children simply remember two words, Bhagwan or Bhagya, that is God and fortune. Everyone receives fortune according to their karma. Even you souls have had to come into the account of karma and fortune from the copper age onwards. But in the present age of fortune, God gives you fortune. He gives you children the method for drawing an elevated line of fortune with the pen of elevated actions. The one point of creating an elevated fortune we already have received from Him, but we also need to elevate this, right? We have become Baba's children. This is a great fortune that we have. We have Him in our lives, but to enhance this fortune, we need to pay attention to the actions that we perform. And that is why Baba is saying that you have received a pen of elevated actions through which you can draw an elevated line of fortune. Baba says, with this pen, you can draw as elevated and clear a line of fortune for birth after birth as you want. No other time has this blessing. No other time has this blessing. It is only at this time that you have the blessing to attain whatever you want and however much you want. In Hindi, this will come like this, na? Bhagyavan Yug. भगवान भाग्य और हम भाग्यवान बच्चे. Right? So it is at this um, Sangam Yug, the fortunate Sangam Yug, that the God Himself, the Almighty Himself, is meeting our fortune and is designing our fortune. Right? And this is also another very beautiful thought, that He Himself has become a part of my fortune. And भगवान मुझे खुद मेरे भाग्य में आकर बैठा. The Baba says, it is only at this time that you have the blessing to attain whatever you want and however much you want. Why? Because God is giving you children, the treasures of fortune, with a generous heart and without you having to make any effort. It is an open treasure store. There are no locks or keys. It is such an overflowing, infinite treasure store that you can take as many treasures as you want. It is an unlimited, overflowing treasure store. Take as much as you want. Right? So, just a question over here, that how can we take more of this fortune or make the most of it in our lives? What can be a few tricks or say a few steps? Maybe we can discuss this towards the end, but yeah, we can think over it. But what are the few things that we can make this fortune actually elevated and elevate this even more? Baba says, every day, Bapdada reminds your children, take as much as you want. Don't take according to your capacity, but take with a big heart. Take from the open treasure store. What would the Father say if any of you were to take according to your capacity? Huh? The Father also remains the detached observer and smiles as he watches. Children are so innocent that they are happy with just a little. See, this reminds me of a little story of a little girl. You know, she went, I'm sure you might have also heard this somewhere. She went to a shopkeeper, right, and asked for chocolates. Okay, she paid the amount, and the shopkeeper said, take as much as you want from the jar kept over there. And since the little girl had little hands, very small hands, right, she was not able to take as much as she wanted, right? She could not accumulate. So she asked the shopkeeper that, why don't you give it to me? You give the chocolates to me. And the shopkeeper's hand were much bigger than the little girl's, right? So the shopkeeper was able to take too many chocolates, yeah, and then gave it to her. And then he asked her that why you couldn't take and why did you ask me? So she said that you have bigger hands and you are going to give me even more, right? Then as compared to then I could take myself. So similar is the thing with Baba, right? He also says the same, that I am ready to give you wholeheartedly, with all my I have opened all my treasure stores for you. Why are you creating barriers for, taking this only according to your capacity? Right? भगवान अगर दे रहा है तो वो ज्यादा ही देगा ना. The similar is the thing with Baba. You do not limit yourself. You take as much as you want. So he adds here, the father also remains a detached observer, and he smiles as he watches. The children are so innocent that they are happy with just a little. Why is this so? Because for 63 births, you have had the sanskars of devotees who are happy with just a little. Instead of taking the full attainment, you consider a little to be a lot and are satisfied with that. Many a times he says, right, बच्चे थोड़े में खुश नहीं हो जाना. Yeah, भरपूर ले लो, भरपूर कर लो अपने आप को, right? And as devotees, they have this kind of, I don't know, but that संस्कार कि भगवान की दृष्टि भी पड़ जाए, हाँ? एक नजर भी उसकी हम पर पड़ जाए, कृपा हो जाए. So they just want that much, but he has given all his rights to us. He says तुम अधिकारी हो, right? So we are not to behave like devotees now. Baba says, you forget that this is the time to take all attainments from the Eternal Father. Nevertheless, Baba reminds you children, be powerful. It is still not too late. You have come late, but it is not yet the time for too late. This is why, even now, it is the time to take from both forms of the Father, the inheritance from the Father and the blessings from the Sadguru. Therefore, create your elevated fortune easily in the form of blessings and the inheritance. You won't then have to think the bestower of fortune distributed fortune, but I only took this much. Many a times they say it in Hindi कि भाग्य बट रहा था जब भगवान बांट रहा था तो कहाँ थे, हम सो रहे थे क्या, right? We often say this, right? So Baba is reminding us of that. Then you will not have to cry, or then you will not have to think that Baba was bestowing so much and I could only take this much. So the children of the Almighty Authority Father cannot be according to capacity. You now have the blessing that you can take whatever you want from the Father's treasure store as your right. Even if you are weak, with the Father's help, you can make your present and future elevated, because when a child keeps courage, the Father gives help. There is very little time left for you to take the Father's cooperation from the Father's open treasure store of fortune. That is why I've asked this question about how can we make the most of this. Just think over it. Further, Baba says, at this time, because of his love for you, the Father is your companion at every moment and in every situation. But after a little while, instead of being the companion, is part of watching everything as the detached observer will begin. See, this reminds me of one of the classes from where Dadi Janki used to mention that she mentioned that I always used to see uh, Dharamraj in Baba. I never used to feel a good father-daughter connection or any other relation with him, but she always used to see Dharamraj in Baba. And Baba told her that this is not so. Go do some service. And then Dadi said, no, Baba, I need 40 days at least from you. And I'm not going to go on service. I'm just going to sit with myself, work on myself so that I cannot see, I will stop this thing of Dharamraj coming to me. And she took exact 40 days. She did a lot of tapasya in that. Right? Worked on herself. And then finally she started with Seva. So why am I sharing this with you? Because now is Baba's part of being a companion. And then later on he will become a detached observer. Right? And that thing that he realized so early that, Dharamraj is what? He's going to somehow give a strict punishment, right? He won't be a companion there then. And, and he can only be very strict to you in terms of measuring your karmas. And obviously be a detached observer that I cannot help you now. My path has changed. So Dadi shared in that video. If I just come across, I'm going to share some. I'm going to share that. Dadi mentioned that at least if you can spend 30, 40 minutes every day, somehow working on your weaknesses, um, this could benefit you a lot. And this was shared by Dadi. But this has to be some extra yoke that we are doing. Why? Because it is particularly aimed for some. Right? So Baba says that, yeah, he will observe both these stages as the detached observer. Therefore, at this elevated time, claim the attainment of the fortune of the inheritance, the blessings, the cooperation, and the company that you receive from Baba. The inheritance, the blessing, the cooperation, and the company. As I was reading this only yesterday, the four things here, I don't know if I may be wrong, but see, there are stages to this. Inheritance, everybody is going to receive. Why? Because even if you've become a Brahmin, you are anyway going to come to Satyuga Treta. Right? You are anyway going to receive, we will anyway receive this inheritance. This is the first stage. The next, there will be a few, or rather, uh, yeah, quite good number of souls who will receive his blessings. Vardhan jinko प्राप्त हो जाए. Then is the cooperation, right? Then yet there will be again a reduced number of souls who will receive his cooperation all the time. सहयोग जिसको बाबा बोलता है, हाँ? कि बाबा की मदद हो गई, बाबा की सहयोग मिल गया. And then there will be again those koto में कोई who will receive his company. He will be all the time and you will feel that he's there. So maybe this was just a random thought, but we can think over this, that from inheritance, blessings, cooperation, and company, how much have I accumulated? Of course, in some way or the other, we all experience him. But this is a personal check-in that we need to make. Right? Further, Baba says, never become careless about your attainments. There are still so many years left. Don't confuse the time period of world transformation with the time period of attainment. Don't be left behind by just thinking such thoughts of carelessness. In your Brahmin life, constantly remember the words for all attainments and attainment over a long period of time. If not now, then never. This is why you were told to remember just two words, Bhagwan and Bhagya. You will then always remain multi-million times fortunate. Bap and Dada were having a heart-to-heart conversation between themselves. Why are children compelled by their old habits? The father makes you strong, Mazboot, and yet your children then become compelled, Majboor. He gives you legs of courage and wings and also make you fly along with him. And yet, why do you go up and down, up and down? You continue to be confused even in the age of pleasure. This is known as being compelled by your old habits. Why is this happening? Baba says you are compelled by your old habits. He says, are you strong or are you compelled? The Father makes you double light and gives you his cooperation by lifting all the burdens himself. However, because you have the habit of picking up burdens, you take that burden. Do you know what song you sing then? You sing the song of king. Kya, kyun, what, why, and kaise. Kya, kyun, kaise. You also sing another song, Ge Ge. Leave it to some time in the future. Baba kar lenge, ban jayenge. The Baba says those are songs of devotion. The song of someone who has a right is I have attained. Panataso Pali. So which song do you sing? Check what you were singing throughout the day. Baba loves you children, and because of this love, he always thinks, let every child always be full, powerful, and multi-million times fortunate. Do you understand? Acha. So we will just take the Yad Pyar in the end. We will meet, uh, we will just read that part where Baba's meeting two groups and then we will continue tomorrow. Bapdada meeting groups. First one. Do you always remember your alokik birth, alokik life, alokik father, and alokik inheritance? Just as the father is alokik, so your inheritance is also alokik. A physical father gives you limited inheritance, and the Lokik Father gives you the unlimited inheritance. So, let there always be the awareness of the Alokik Father and the inheritance. You don't sometimes go into the memories of your Lokik life, do you? You have died alive, have you not? Just as those whose bodies die physically never remember their previous birth. In the same way, those with alokik lives and alokik births can never remember their lokik birth. Now, even the age has changed. The world is iron aged, whereas you are confluence aged. Everything has changed. You don't sometimes go into the iron age, do you? This too is a border. As soon as you cross the border, you end up in the enemy's hands. so you don't cross the border, do you? Always have the awareness that you are a confluenced, aged, elevated soul with an unlocking life. What will you now do? Become the biggest of all businessmen. Become the biggest of all businessmen. Become such a businessman that in one step you accumulate an income of multi-millions. You will always belong to the unlimited Father. You know, when he says that just become a businessman or in one step, or when he says कि बस एक कदम, whatever. So for us children, it is only one thought, right? You don't have to go manually perform anything, do something. No. He always says that surrender to your mind and intellect, right? It is just one thought that we have to create. Right? Therefore, he says, continue to move forward in unlimited service with unlimited zeal and enthusiasm. Baba's meeting the second group. Do you constantly experience a double light stage? The sign of a double light stage is to be constantly in the flying stage. Those who are in the flying stage can never be attracted by Maya. Those who are in the flying stage are constantly victorious. The intellects of those who are in the flying stage constantly have faith and remain carefree. What does it mean to be in the flying stage? The flying stage means the highest on high stage. When you fly, you go up above. Do you know? Consider yourselves to be the highest souls who remain stable in the highest on high stage and continue to move forward. To be in the flying stage means the feet of the intellect are not on the ground. Above the ground means beyond any awareness of the body. Those who remain above the ground of the awareness of the body are constant angels who have no relationship with the ground. You now know about the awareness of the body, and you also know the soul consciousness stage. When you know the difference between the two, you cannot become you cannot become body conscious. You only do what you like doing, do you not? Therefore, always maintain the awareness that you are an angel. By having the awareness of an angel, you will constantly continue to fly. When you go into the flying stage, the ground below cannot attract you. Just as when you go into space, there is no pull of gravity from the earth. In the same way, when you have become an angel, the earth of the body cannot attract you. Let's take the Yad Pyar from Baba. To those who, according to the time, have always a right to the inheritance and to blessings, to those who create their full fortune from the open treasure store of fortune, to those who transform from according to capacity, Yatha Shakti, to being full of all powers, Sarva Shakti, to those who draw the full line of fortune with the pen of elevated actions, to the elevated souls who are embodiments of all attainments and who know the importance of this time. Baptada's love, remembrance, and namaste to make you full. From us, children, to our beloved Baptada, love-filled remembrance and namaste. We will spend a minute in silence, reflect on the points, and then share. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We can unmute and share points from the Murli.
Om Shanti, Deepika Ben.
Om Shanti.
I don't know when you started reading the Murli, and when Baba was just saying his shop is open, and I just saw the flash news that all souls are welcome, treasures are free, seasonal offers are there, but time is limited. Just like they announce in the plane that they're going to close the counter. Here also Baba says, anytime the shopkeeper is going to leave. That's a kind of a commercial kind of activity I just carried on in my mind. Shopping time. I carry my shopping bags in a trolley because there were so many. What am I going to buy today? I balance it with my wallet. I enter the shop. I check in the time. Oh, there is still time. I just take it to the conference age. Time is flying. Just heard God the Father and Sadguru. Father, inheritance. Sadguru, blessings. And that's heavily, they are going to heavily sell things. And I can take as much as I want. Just see, you're entering in a bag and shop and everything is free. What would be your thing to rush? It's not that what I could, but I'll take as much as I want. So I remember there are some souls behind with whom I have to shop for. So I had a plan. I'll shop, and from there itself I'll start giving the souls so that I can be overflowing. So for this I need a lot of powers. I look, oh yeah, you have done a lot of good actions. I'm very powerful. I just rush through my mind. I feel like a surge of a volcano within me giving me power. I just turn my face at the counter. Yes, my father is still there. The Sadguru is still there. So I remember God and my fortune. Only these two things I remember when I enter the shop. And I know very soon the counter will close. Time is limited. I go on. I pick my treasures. I don't know, only so much could I really visualize myself when you spoke of as if I'm entering somewhere to gather treasures. Maybe it sounds fictional, but for me it was a lovely journey. Om Shanti.
Yes, wonderful. Om Shanti. Thank you.
So Baba says in the treasure store, right? The unlimited treasure store is open now. There's no key, no lock. So don't take according to your capacity or limited. So I think what Baba means there is we have this 63% scars of taking the limited things, and then whatever we get, we kind of satisfied with that. So there mainly, I suppose, the blockage comes from our old sanskars, the past birth sanskars, right? So which we'll have to conquer and then take the complete inheritance from Baba and take with big heart. That means claim the full inheritance, and that we have to claim it now, because if not now, then never. Right, so Bhagavan and Bhag, so that we only get it in this time, during Sangam Yuga, confluence age only. So that's the takeaway. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else?
Shanti sister.
Om
Somehow
Shanti.
Baba says why, what, when, how, and procrastination are all impediments to getting the Satyuga faster. I also wonder if Baba could give answers to a few of these why, what, when, maybe children could do their Purusharth faster. Do you have any thought at yeah, Shanti?
This why, what, when comes, when we are in certain situation, right? When we start questioning, like Baba, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? What am I going to do now? How is this going to happen? Right? And we start questioning his plan. Right? This happens. This happens. Little. See, I'll just give you an example. Little does this happen to this body. थोड़ा से बीमार होती है, we start questioning, Baba, everything was going so good. Why again? Maybe sick, whatever. We start questioning, but we don't bring those things in mind that somehow this is your own body and you even need to pay off through this, whatever karma you've done, whatever uh, the soul is carrying, this needs to be paid off, right? You need to chukana padega usko. Now, this was just a little example, but the question that you asked, that why, what, how, if Baba could answer, see, many a times he does answer a lot of questions, uh, but all we have to do is wait for a little while. Because at that point of time, we don't understand that why is this, oh, my plan was not like going this way, and how come I came the other way? Baba, what is this? And then he will come and show you that, see, I had a better plan than yours. So anybody else also can just add to this, what brother has asked. Would like to share anything?
Yeah, see, but if you just see, you have to see the relevance of these questions and the relevance of what Baba is saying in the present Murli. Now, if you just see a few lines before that, Baba is asking one question: are you compelled? So, if we go out of compulsion, there is definitely why I am being compelled. Whenever you're compelled to do something you do not like, because your free will is being questioned over there. Things which you could do freely are not taken. You're shown as a weak person. That's what being compelled means. But I'm strong. If I'm strong, if I feel I'm not compelled, but I'm happy to fly with the Father, let him take me wherever I've gone. These questions of doubt of my own capacity comes up. So these questions are relevant for the purpose for which Baba generally mentions in the Murli. But for me, these questions are doubt of what is happening, ये क्यों होता है, ऐसा क्यों होता है, ऐसा होना है लेकिन ऐसा हो रहा है. These are all just questions which I think when Baba comes and touches, as the brother was saying, how to go of the question, if it's really focused and directed towards Baba, immediately you'll see the answer is inside, and you will sound funny. You said, what questions I asked? And the answer is there. But I feel the most important question which Baba has mentioned in today's Murli is gay gay. When I just said, oh, there's still time, I will wait for the shop and all, I'll wait, who's going to do? I have got full wallet of money. I think that's a very, in treasures, as far as treasures are concerned, this gay, leaving for the future. And then I think I'll have nothing left. Nothing I'll have left, all my power, nothing. And I have to face Baba as a Dharamraj. I don't know. That's what was running in my mind. That this question of leaving things, that question that this bhagya is limited, time is limited, because Baba is saying you must know that there is a difference between time for world transformation, time for attainment. Time for attainment is limited. That I should keep in mind. I should hurry. Then when I'm hurrying, questions won't come. So I feel these questions are just a self-doubt. But this gay is a question, I think, which one should really attack. Om Shanti.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
maybe
Yes.
maybe these questions bring your own state below a certain level. You keep churning only on questions and you do not progress ahead, carrying out an action. Maybe that's when your stage also deteriorates. That's why Baba doesn't encourage them. Yeah, right, sister. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Perfect, Vinod Bhai, you answered your question. Be like the eagle, not like the chicken. Just fly high with him. I think you answered your own question. That was perfect.
So anybody else would like to add to anything, would like to share anything?
Another way we can also add, see, the questions that always come is why, how, right? So, why is this is happening to me, right? So, when that is again coming from the old habit, right? So, we know that, any problems can be solved with the support of Baba, right? Baba will give us insights about solving that problem, or we can stay beyond the problem, right? So when problem comes, right, when we don't really use Baba, then we will think why this is happening to me, right? But if we are in awareness of Baba, then we would think like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to grow further. There must be benefit in this, right? So let me understand this and learn from the situation. Okay, so that is one way to look at it. When we when we look for a solution in the awareness of God, right? Then there is always a benefit. But when we don't see that, then we start complaining and start questioning. So when we start questioning, we are only losing. But at the same time, when we are using the power of the Almighty Authority, then we are benefiting. Right? One side losing, another side we are benefiting. Yeah. Thank you.
Deepika Ben, I just had a question. See, the same gay. Can you just, that's, I think that is the most important thing we lead to. You were reading one of the groups. In that, even Baba said, we have to cross the border. We are still in the Iron Age. So we are still lokic. We are not aware of our alokik birth, alokik life, alokik father, and alokik inheritance. We have to cross the border and we have to come to conference age. As the brother said, we are still in our 63 births because we are still Iron Aged. So no sooner you cross the border, you must be also careful because there is an enemy. So you have to, when you're crossing, you have to now have one thing. This present Murli, if Baba is talking about is, I am in the conference aged. I am going to get alokik inheritance. Even a lokic father, his inheritance is limited. He may also not give you anything. He can do they do know some people, old people, they give everything to the ashram, then giving it to their children. So I don't know even whether I'll get my lokic inheritance. But alokik is not that like. So if I make a difference between the previous birth, alokik birth, previous life, alokik life, maybe, I'm not sure, I may come out of the queue of questions and go a little forward, but I'm not still able to know how do I really understand this limited time. 5,900 years I've slept through. 100 years, is it going to, what is that which is going to give me the fuel to really hurry up? That was what I was just asking, whether you can just say about this time factor. How do I move forward? Om Shanti.
See, when you talk about Lokik and Alokik, now this has to be quite a very personal and a very deep check-in, that how have I transferred my, everything that I have I really transferred it to Alokik? Why? Because see, yesterday also in the blessing, Baba mentioned that हद से when we come out, मेरा परिवार, मेरा धन, मेरा मेरा पद, मेरा position. Have I really shifted this consciousness to being alokik? Now, everything that is, I am doing everything. We are going to do everything. We are going to stay along with the same family. But what are my thoughts inside when I'm carrying forward my tasks? Am I really stuck up with my family, saying कि अरे नहीं सेवा के लिए समय नहीं है, I'm too occupied with my own family, right? Or do I really have right different thoughts for them that I cannot go to the center because of these people? Just an example. I need to shift this consciousness again there that these souls are also Baba's children and I am here to serve them wherever I go. Right? Maybe my workplace, maybe my home, maybe anything. Okay. This is quite a bit of personal checking. What all have I changed to alokik? Okay. And just as you said that the time is flying. See this point, Baba also, like he just touched on this point by saying, now Baba is a companion to you. And later on, he will become Sakshi. Abhi Sathi hai, बाद में Sakshi ban jayega. So I need to check this for myself. Have I lost him or or am I really losing him? Because I may be wrong here. Because there will be a few sanskars for each and every soul that even after trying a lot, even after trying on those, working on those sanskars for over many years, I may not be able to come out of that. Maybe I am lacking some effort, or maybe it is now time for Baba to become Sakshi. होता है, हो रहा है. Right? So we need to check on this as well. Now, there is still time. There is still time, and Baba is still here. But if I still don't utilize these moments also, it will then be too late for me. Right? Because coming when he's emphasizing on take up your little, remove your old sanskar, jo kami kamzoriyan, un pe kaam karo. That means he has still given us time, but this is a revised version that we are reading from 85. So there will be a few cases, there will be a few situations in your own life, each one of us, where we will actually feel that is it that Baba has become Sakshi for this and this? And then maybe we won't be left with anything in our hands. So there, I don't know, but there is still time. And even if you listen to a few classes that I've heard, many a times the senior brothers and sisters say that it is now time. In fact, it is more than enough that he has given us. It was 2017 when Baba came last, and there was an Avyakt Murli in the Diamond Hall. After that, there was nothing. So this is actually quite a checking for our own selves personally, that where do I feel Baba's leaving my hand? And if that is so, spend some more time with him, sit with him, ask him that Baba, I have realized this. Come forward, you need to come down and you need to make this change for me. I don't know if I could answer this question, but there will be a time, as he himself has said, that ho jaunga main sakshi, for a few things. So, not sure if I could answer accurately.
No, you answered, when you said senior brother, even very recently, I don't remember the brother, I heard when he said, there is no more time for exchange period. Now it is burning period. You cannot exchange your samskars or anything now. Time is over. Now is the time for burning. Now is the time for that. when he said that, no, it just put us on the alert. No more exchanging period and all. Wo sab khatam ho gaya abhi. When you were just saying, I remember, but still, that wheels don't come on your legs to run and do it. That's what I was asking. What should one do to really put that wheels on your legs? See, when somebody says, oh, the plane is going to crash, we would all remove our safety belts and just jump. So, see, when that senior brother said, no more exchange period, khatam ho gaya. It was an alert, but it was just for a few moments. That's why I wanted to ask you.
Mm. Maybe we can just put ourselves in the frame of Srimad, that where am I still lacking? Where I need to really sit with myself, check myself, and come on, hurry up, motivate myself for this, that the time has already gone. Let me at least catch the the remaining whatever is there in the treasure store. Let me take that at least. Right. So, but let just give you an example of try. I mean, I do that. I try to judge myself when I fit myself into the frame of Srimad. Right? Where am I still lacking? What have I not done yet? I am yet to do. These subjects of mind are still pending. And then I can sit, analyze, take some time out for myself, okay, and then start working on it. Now, there has to be discipline, there has to be dedication. I'm going to sound, if I say all this, I'm going to sound very, कि हाँ बोलने के लिए बोल दिया kind of thing. But realization is the thing, right? When you realize this, that I am lagging behind, the time has already moved on, then there will automatically come a push of, I have to do this now. I have to do this anyhow. And then sit in front of Baba, ask him a few questions where Baba, help me out with this. And I'm sure something or the else he will bring up to you.
Deepika Ben, if you have got time, you can answer today or even tomorrow. This time of collecting my treasures, it's only Amrit Vela, right? Very short time the shop is open. That's the only time when the shop is open. It's never open throughout the day, right?
The entire Sangam Yug Baba has called as Amrit Vela. Of course, Amrit Vela here, whatever time we have, is very important. But we don't have to forget that the entire Sangam Yug Baba has said ki yes, Srishti ka Amrit Vela. So as and when we get some time, because all of us maybe are working here and but we need to plan our schedules well. But whenever I get some time, I take out some time from that busy schedule and sit with myself, go dive in deeper and find out. And then also I can sit with Baba and collect the treasures that I want, but not to miss the Amrit Vela here. Just to say कि हाँ समय सफल हो रहा है, we can sit. That's what I feel. Otherwise, anybody else also can answer.
Yeah, I can resonate to what you're telling, Deepika Ben, because many Murlis and many classes also we've heard that entire Sangam Yuga is Amrit Vela. And we used to collect treasures. There are so many other ways that Baba speaks about. So one is, of course, connecting with Baba and burning out what we see as Jwalamukhi Yoga. And there are so many other ways in the Karma Yoga Kshetra that Baba has given us an opportunity to manage ourselves. So I definitely agree to what you have put across, that this is what Baba says, that this small Sangam Yoga, the confluence age, entire confluence age is a time of collecting the treasures and filling your treasure house. That's what, in my perception, what the time is all about. Not just the morning Amrit Vela, but the entire confluence age is Amrit Vela.
Okay, so we can also continue with this discussion tomorrow as well, since it's a 2-day movie. We will sit in silence for a minute, meditate, and then I shall close the call. Let's sit back. I am an angel of light, a little angel of light, visualizing myself sitting in Baba's lap. Baba has given me a pen of light and has opened the book of my fortune in front of me. I, like a little child, look up to Baba, and he himself is holding my hand, making me write in bold letters, Baba, in my book of fortune. It's a wonderful feeling that I now am. Baba is my fortune. भगवान मेरे भाग्य में है. I can collect, I can get as much as I want from him. Taking this thought throughout the day, moving forward, that I need to utilize the most of this time in his company, in his cooperation, receive his blessings, and gather the most of his love. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Bapa. Thank you, Deepika Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.